Beautiful day. Business is moving well. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. You're too far. I would do that trip if you were closer, but you're way too far. Way too far. Those birds. But business is good today so far. I've been pretty active. I've already finished. Let me see. I think, dang, I've already finished 10 trips. And it's just 12 o'clock now. I've already knocked out 10 trips. Not bad. At this rate, I could do probably 30. Not bad at all. An interesting looking car, it's like a lime green. Nobody can pick that trip up. You're too far. The pickup is too far. You're gonna have a hard time getting picked up unless a driver happens to come online around your area. Okay, numbers are good. We've increased 5% on acceptance. Bad. Hi, how you doing? How you guys doing? Amela, Mitch, Alhamdulillah, day's going good. How's your guys? How you guys' day going? It's been good so far. Nice, sunny. Although it looks a little bit cloudy too. Let me see if I can get close enough to the car wash to get a car wash. Where are you guys from? Please hit the like button if you can. It helps with the stream and the subscribe button as well. It helps with the channel. Thank you very much. 199 cleaners. Not enough for cleaners. You're kidding. Virginia. Doesn't Virginia have a big drug problem? Like a lot of people using out there, yeah? That's what I've been told. Um, no, we're gonna pass up on that. How are you doing, truck? What part of the world are you in, truck? Thank you for liking the live stream. Appreciate it. Oil change. Take 5. Nah, I do my own oil changes. Save me a lot of money, let me tell you that. Anytime I do my own oil change, I'm saving at least anywhere from $60 to $70 just by doing my own. Newport, Newport News. Hmm. Let's go keep going down this road here. I don't see why I would get on the highway right now. Oh, and here you go. That's Florida for you. Sun is right back out. Well, as I said that, it retracted again. That's kind of weird. Minnesota, Burnsville, Minnesota. How cold does it get out there when it gets cold? How cold are we talking? Because here in Tampa, when it hits low 50s, it's really cold for us already. We have the little smoke coming out. We're like, oh, it's really cold. To us, that's cold here. 53. -10. Man, you could not get me to leave the house. -10. I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, I'm thinking if you're born there, it's easier to adapt, right? Like if you're born in that environment, wow, you're sending me to go pick up somebody on an Uber ride in they're like in the other side of the world. You want me to go pick them up? Can you get a driver that's closer? I'm not driving 10 miles for free to go pick up somebody. Why would I do that? -10. That is bunkers. Wow, man. So let me ask you something about Minnesota. Is there is the Uber service? Do you guys have Uber transportation out there in Minnesota? I'm interested in knowing what happened over there. There's the Popo. Uh, what are they doing? They pulled somebody over. So you guys do have Uber. Okay, so let's say it's -10 and you call an Uber. How likely is it that there's going to be a car showing up to pick you up in -10? Can you even get the car running at -10? Will the car even turn on? It's crazy. I'm in Tampa, Florida. Oh, this is a just ridiculous offer. Tampa, Florida stand. I'm in Florida stand. No, these offers are. I mean, I'm trying to. They have been sending me okay offers, but now they're just sending me terrible ones. 12 o'clock. I might have to turn on the DoorDash. You don't know? Yeah, I would guess it would be very difficult to get an Uber to pick you up on -10. I just wonder, -10. You go, you get in your car, you try to start it. Will it even start? Will the vehicle even start up? Man, I mean, on the other hand, I would think that if there is a crazy driver out there that is doing Uber -10, the pay has to be good. The surge, the surge that comes up on the map has to be probably pretty good, pretty worth it. I'm thinking like 30 to 40 to $50 surge on the map. I don't know. Search is like this little red. Let me show you. This is what search is. It's like bonuses. So see how it says +11, +10, +10. So for any driver that's in that area right now, which I'm not, I'm far from it, whatever trip comes in, it's going to be whatever the trip is worth plus that bonus. So I'm thinking that in Minnesota, when conditions are that terrible, those surge spots would increase, but like 20, 30, $40 to, uh, I guess, motivate, give an incentive to the drivers to stay out there working. -10, man. I don't know. The money would have to be really good for me to be out there driving in that weather. That's for sure. That is for sure. Because this offers are not. Come on, man. I'm out here trying to do these trips, but they're just sending me undoable trips that are undoable. They're just so bad. I don't know what happened because they were sending me decent trips. I've already completed 10 trips in like 3 or 4 hours. So they were sending me decent trips, and now they're sending me garbage back to back to back. All right, we'll be patient. We got a long day. It's only 12:21 right now. We have a while. No, we're not going to the airport for $12. Sorry, that's not gonna happen. It's like 30 some minutes from here. No, no, I can't accept that. I have a minimum that I'm willing to accept, and that is uh, below the minimum. We use antifreeze to keep our cars running. And, You know, Robin, I've never even seen snow in my life. I'm not a big fan of the cold anyway, but I've never even seen snow in my life. You know how some people are like, I've never seen snow. I would like to see snow one day. I'm like, for me personally, I'm not interested. I tell you what I do like about states that get that cold. I do like the dress code, like the bulky dressing with long sleeve bulky things, very fashionable and stylish sometimes. I like that about it. I think that's about it. This is way below the threshold that I'm willing to accept. This is a $3.70 trip for almost 14 minutes. Not taking that. We had a big snowstorm this year. Snowstorm. Mm. So what did you do? What did you do during that storm? You just stayed indoors, right? You have like fireplace, wood and stuff like that for the fireplace, or I'm guessing the houses there are also built differently, like probably with like more of like heater system for indoors because they probably are built with the thought in mind how cold it gets. So yeah, let's go back online. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn off the vehicle. Turn off the vehicle, boy. Nope, 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 nope. For me to take a $5 trip, it has to be closer to $6 and 5. That's my rule. That's my rule. A $5 trip is a short, quick little trip, but it has to be closer to $6 and 5. In other words, if it's like 5:30, I won't take it. 5:40, I won't take it. If it's like 5:60 or 5:70, I'll take it. Has to be closer to the $6 mark for that quick little trip. Because then the algorithm of Uber starts getting used to recognizing what you're accepting, and they start sending you more and more of that garbage. Nope. See, 427. No, sir. I don't want those trips. And I'm too far away from here. 5 miles away from that search. It's not worth it. Because by the time I get there, they're gonna remove it. It's gonna be gone. Mm, mm-mm. Wow, your rating is terrible. No, and you have to go to the airport. No one's picking you up. 4.43 is a terrible rating. And what the rating tells the driver is that that's an undesirable passenger to have in your car. What they're doing, I don't know. But they could be out loud, obnoxious, or they eat in your car, or they slam your door, or they talk loud on the phone, or they just won't shut up and while being obnoxious. That's why the passenger rating is important because it tells the driver, hey, you don't want this. 4.43, that's not the worst, but that's one of the worst ratings I've seen because everyone starts at 5. So to get, and it doesn't go like 4.9, 4.8, 4.7, 4.6. It doesn't go like that. Like you start 5. Let's say a driver gives you 1 star. You don't go from like 5 to like 4.9. And then if somebody gives you another rating, you don't go from 4.9 to like 4.8. No, no. The process is even longer than that. So you start with 5. A driver gives you a bad rating, you go to like 4.94. And somebody else gives you a bad rating, then you go to like 4.91, and so on and so forth, right? So for somebody to get to like 4.4 something, that means like every single Uber trip they've ever taken, the driver is giving them a bad rating. Why? I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to find out. But that's why the rating system is in place, and that's why it matters. Because a lot of passengers think, "Oh, I can act a fool and it doesn't matter." Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can act a fool in the driver's car, eat, smoke in their car, do whatever, it doesn't matter. What's the repercussion? The repercussion is after time, after you do enough of this type of undesirable behaviors. If you're a person that uses Uber every once in a while, you don't really care. I guess. But if you're a person that consistently uses Uber, this will affect you. Because see, now that person, they're going to the airport. Their rating is very low. So every driver that is presented that trip, first thing they see is how much they're getting paid, how long is the trip, uh, in miles and time, minutes, and their rating. So a driver that knows how the business works, once they see that rating, even if the money's good, they're gonna go, it's not worth it. They're gonna ignore the trip. They're not gonna accept it because of that rating. That's why rating matters. So sometimes I've seen passengers complain online, like, I can't get nobody to pick me up, blah blah blah. I used to see this a lot on Reddit. And what's your rating? 4.2. Well, that's because you're a jerk. I don't need any background of anything, how your trips, how you conducted yourself in every trip you've taken, because your rating tells me already you're a jerk. Drivers are not out here giving 1 star for no reason to the passengers. That doesn't make sense. A passenger has to do something very out of the norm to be given 1 star. Like some of the stuff I mentioned, eating in the driver's car. Uh, no, this is below what I accept. Eating in the driver's car, putting windows down, being loud and obnoxious, putting phone calls, private phone calls, on speakerphone all the way up. Like I don't want to hear your. I do not care or want to hear your problems. I don't put my problems on you. I don't tell you my problems. I don't want to hear yours. And even if you're not directly talking to me, I don't want to hear your private conversation blasted on speakerphone, and that person is complaining about their problems, and you complain to them about your problems, and blah blah. And it's like this whole. Good thing is I have these. You see why I have these? I have these as I'm giving the trips. I have these on, and you know what's even better? I press a little button here, ah, and it has noise reduction. I can barely hear my own voice right now. So these are a game changer. My wife got me these. These are a game changer. And as I am driving people, I'm usually listening to a podcast, a documentary, anything that interests me, because I think while at least this is the way I think, while I'm driving, I can use also that time for other things, not just being here sitting driving. No, I could be learning about something. And I use that time. Okay, we're going to pick this one up. I use that time to learn something. I can make more use of that time. And that's what I do. So, um, yeah, because it would be a waste. Let's say I'm driving 5, 6, 7 hours a day. It would be a waste for me to just like sit here, just drive. That's a waste. Or have empty conversations with passengers. I don't like conversating with passengers, to be honest, because 99.999% of the conversations are about nothing. Are conversations that as soon as they get out the car, you're gonna forget because people are very predictable. Occasionally, you'll come across one conversation or so out of like 40 or 50 that it's like, oh, that one was interesting. It was memorable. It was enjoyable. But people are very predictable, you know? And usually the conversations are very, I will describe it as a sugar-free oatmeal, but just black. And then the next person comes in and it's similar to the one before. And it's about nothing. So I don't want to sit here for a couple of hours every day listening to this. Now, I'm not rude. So if somebody comes in and they want to talk, I'll engage them in conversation, right? If Because drivers were human too. Sometimes you're sitting here and you're just not in the mood to talk. Sometimes the passengers are not in the mood to talk, right? And I understand this perfectly. I'm okay with either, right? What my preference is not to have a conversation because of what I said. Conversations are very like sugar-free oatmeal like, or I rather be learning something as I am driving as I am driving the person. I was supposed to turn there, but I wasn't going to risk an accident. So, it's okay. I can go through here too. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So, I'm always learning or listening to something, or even finding something that is, even if I'm not learning something, I'm listening to something that is entertaining to me. What I don't understand, to save my life, I don't understand for the life of me, I should say, is how anyone can be bored. I've literally had, uh, I've never had a guy say this, but I've had a girl before say, I'm so bored. How are you bored? You have a cell phone device in your hand with, I mean, this blows my mind, with billions and billions of like videos and ways to entertain yourself on the cellular device, and you're bored. Imagine if that person lived 50, 60 years ago, where they didn't have this device that they have in their mind, in their hand. Imagine living in those days, or they live back in like in a farm or something. Yeah. You're bored. You're sitting here in the back of a car with endless amount of entertainment in the palm of your hand, and you're bored. That's your fault. You have to want to be bored because, like I said, even if don't, I'm not listening to something that I'm learning something about. I'm listening to something that entertains me. Like for example, before I got on the stream, when I was driving other people, I was listening to this documentary about robberies. The FBI or the CIA, I think it's the FBI. Uh, there was trying to catch up back in the day where they had less technology and they had less ways to capture people. They were um, they were finding a way how to capture bank robbers, people that were doing bank robberies back in the day, and they're doing like this retelling of the stories of several bank robberies that took place and how they were able to capture the people. Now, am I watching this to learn something? No, not really. I'm just watching it because it's entertaining. There's nothing I really want to learn from how they how they were catching bank robbers back in the day. In another uh, documentary, I might be watching something to learn something, right? About from some like from like yesterday, I was watching about the Libyan revolution, and then I started watching the life story of Saddam Hussein, things like this that are entertaining, but you kind of learn a little bit also from it. So I don't understand how somebody can be bored. I really don't understand that. If you're a person that has a cell phone in their hand, how are you bored? I have no clue. But one time I had uh now some people you pick up and but I know how to deal with those people. I had one yesterday. It was this guy that comes in. Thanks for picking me up. You're welcome. How's your day? It's good. How's yours? My day's crap. I'm like, well, sorry to hear that. Yeah, because this happened. And then they just start unloading their problems and their stress, and it's like, you know, just talking and talking about his problems with his daughter, and he lives there, and he's trying to get away from the house and all this. And I'm like, bro, this is the good thing is that this was like a 3 minute trip. This is why I don't get into trips like this one. I think this was like 14 minutes. I don't get into trips anymore that are more than 15 minutes. I don't. I don't do them anymore. Trip has to be 15 minutes or less. Because I don't want to pick up one of these people like this guy yesterday. That he's venting. I don't care about your problems. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I don't care. The world doesn't really care about your problems like this. It's my own. And I have enough awareness and I'm conscious enough to not dump them on somebody else. Unless they're curious about something I said and they want to know more, then I might share. But people lack the social intelligence of you know, one, a lot of people don't even know how to pick up social cues. So like, let's say, let's say I pick up someone. I can tell right away within one or two questions, like if they want to talk or not. I can tell. And if they don't want to talk, I just, right? A lot of people miss this cue, and I notice this also. Because sometimes I'm the guy that doesn't want to talk. And it looks like this. Somebody comes in, hey, how's your day? It's good. Did you start it? What time did you start? Just ending. This should tell you, somebody gives you like a one-word answer. This should clearly tell you they're not in the mood to talk. You'll be surprised how many people just don't see this. They disregard this or they don't see it, they skip over it. Because they're so caught up in their own mind of what they want to talk. Yeah, but to have a conversation, it takes two people. So if you have one party that wants to have a conversation because they can't quiet their mind and the other one doesn't, and you continue to force the conversation, it makes it unpleasant for the other person. So when I pick up a writer, so let's say I am in a talking mood, they come in, hi for Mrs. or Mr. whatever. Yeah, hey, how's your day going? Oh, it's going good. The writer immediately will tell you if they're, and you can tell by their tone, you can tell by the energy in their voice, you can tell by how long the answer is. If they want to talk, I could ask even one question just by the tone, the way they say something. I can tell if they're in the mood to talk or not. And I've gathered this from experience from many years, right? But in the other hand, customers are not tuned to this. Some are, but the ones that miss it, it makes for an unpleasant ride, even for the driver, because You got this person, yeah, 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 and you clearly like the only thing you're thinking in your mind is like, bro, shut up already. Like you're doing 98% of the talking because I'm not even engaging, and you just keep going and going. I've had people like this, like the guy from yesterday, but it was a 3 minute ride. Thank God. I don't know if what I would have done if this was like a 20 minute ride. This guy would just keep going like the Energizer Bunny, bro. And it was all about his problems, his private life. In 3 minutes, he managed to unload so much frustration. And I'm like, I'm not a therapist. I'm sorry, but I don't care. I just want you to shut up, please. I know it sounds, bro, that's mean. That's not mean. It's true, man. The world does not care about your problems like this. See, for example, I'm not forcing anyone to engage me in conversation. As a matter of fact, no one here can engage me in conversation, like talking. Somebody can write a comment, I can read and answer back this way. But nobody here on this live stream is forced to stay, right? Anybody can click out of their own will at any time. Oh, this guy's talking too much. I don't want to hear him anymore. But finish, right? But when you're in a private setting with somebody, like a car, they're providing a service, you know, and a person just keeps dumping their problems on you. I'm not gonna pull over just because he's saying all continuous nonstop. I'm not gonna pull over and be like, "Get out the car. You're talking too much." I'm not gonna do that. Although I wouldn't be surprised if there's drivers out there that have done this. I wouldn't be completely shocked. But anyway, some trips can be interesting. You see all kinds of things after you've done Uber long enough. You literally had all kinds of rides, all kinds. You name it, I've probably done it. A person acting a certain way. 7-7, how you doing, bro? A person acting a certain way, I have probably done it. Now we're gonna switch the view. In the state of Florida, Stan, is a two consent party state. So you have to have the permission of the other person to film them. Even uh, audio recording, you have to have their permission. So that's why I flipped the image this way. Now this is supposed to be about a 14-minute trip. 14-minute trip, I think it is. So this will be my 11th trip of the day. Yeah, I've already knocked out 10 trips so far. So I'm off to a good start. See, the sun came out again. It was out, then it went away, then it came back. This is Florida stand for you. Bipolar weather. But alhamdulillah, business is moving. Business is good today. And there's no search really. There's no bonuses right now, but there has been a decent amount of trips coming in. All right, let's see. We're picking up this customer. Name Zadia. Zadia. Let's pick her up, and I have to mute this for the remainder of the trip. Actually, actually, I'll be back in a little while. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and I'll do another live stream in a little while, inshallah.